Culture is weird. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And this thought comes to you courtesy of a friend of mine who I have not interviewed for the podcast yet, so I will not name drop her. Not that you would know her if I were to name drop her. She's a lovely person, but much on the terms of my last podcast, she has no leverage and you probably wouldn't know her. She's a very nice person, though. If you have the chance, I'm sure you'd love to get to know her. We were discussing the phenomenon of the fall, which is Travis Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Taylor Swift, who you might have heard of, business lady, singer, all around media sensation. Ashley, now I've name dropped her, but I'm not going to name drop her last name. That was accidental on my part. My apologies. She lives in San Diego, if you're wondering. Or does she? Media sensation, Taylor Swift, football star, Travis Kelce, started dating. Now, 10 years ago, a pop star and a football star dating would be quite literally no news at all. It would be just another of the, celebrity gossip also rants. But this is different. Why is it different? Social media. That's why it's different. The debate has raged for weeks whether or not Taylor has put Travis on the map. For context, the NFL, of which Mr. Kelce is a part, is watched by billions of people a week. Billions. That's with a B. Billions. Now, that is admittedly split between roughly 16 games a week, depending how many teams are on a bye week. 16 games a week, depending on who's on a bye week. So we say, she put him on the map. Why is that argument there? Well, because there were many people who were not in the NFL demo, what you might call the NFL demo, who became aware of Travis Kelce, and who began to, as the kids say, stan Travis Kelce. Now, my friend, who I've name dropped before, and I'm just not going to do it again in the hopes that all of you missed her name, she actually made the argument. She made this argument to me that Miss Swift actually did put Senor Kelce, he's not Spanish, he's very, very white, on the map. He is a white boy. Now, I debated with her strongly on this point, but I wanted to highlight the interesting tidbits of this because she did give me pause for thought. First of all, I have no problem with Taylor Swift fans who didn't previously watch football enjoying football. I have a problem with them enjoying Senor Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan and they're awful. And also, Josh Allen started dating Haley Steinfeld and nobody said a word. Like, come on. Come on. What? And this will shortly be followed by somebody saying to me, who's Josh Allen? And me finding where they live and verbally slapping them in the face. I could also say Stephon Diggs, and they would say the same thing. And that would also give me more ammunition. And it would send me into a blind rage. A blind rage. The Bills won this weekend. I'm feeling pretty good. Anyway, the argument was interesting only because what it highlighted for me really was a difference in generations almost. Now, my young friend, she's not that much younger than me. She's 7 years younger than me. In the adult world, that's not much, kids. In high school and middle school, it's a lot. 18-year-olds, stay away from 11-year-olds. You're not friends with them. Don't be friends with them. Funny side note, I was out with her and her friend once, and her friend sort of got really quiet and contemplative for a moment. They're the same age. They're both 7 years younger than me. And she goes, wow, so when you were 14, I was 7. She said it like it was this deep, profound statement. And I went, yes, that's how math works. I felt old. I was almost 33 at the time. I was feeling old and feeling gnarly. I still feel old and gnarly. I am now officially 33. Anyway, the argument really highlighted generational differences more than it highlighted any actual debate. Because Travis Kelce, while he is very active on the football field, has only really recently become active on social media. And even then, he's only really become active with a presence on his podcast, the New Heights podcast, which they don't sponsor me, but I mean, just a phenomenal podcast between Travis Kelce and his brother Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce, center for the Philadelphia Eagles, might be the funniest person on the planet. And I hate to say this because they're both on teams that play the Bills. And I hate to support teams that aren't the Bills, but like these two guys, you just want to have a beer with them. You just do. And Jason Kelce has like this cute little family, and it's just fun. But they're a funny vibe with each other. But Travis has only really recently become active on social media because, well, social media really wasn't a thing for him. He's my age. He's 30s. Taylor Swift is my age as well, technically. Not technically, she is. But, at 30 years old, he's very similar to people in my age demographic. We have social media. We hop on, we hop off it. It's there. But Taylor Swift engages with social media. It's part of her. It's part of her whole persona. It's part of her media powerhouse, is that she engages and she really reaches out. Taylor Swift has fans in my generation. But like when I was 18, she was 18. So, I sort of grew up listening to her music. And she's switched genres so much that she's gone backwards and pulled in a new age of a new fan demo. She's gone for that younger crowd too. And she's pulled them into her demo and added them to the group. So you have young millennials, elder millennials, Generation Z, all kind of as these huge fans of Taylor Swift. And whereas for Travis, if you're a fan of football, you know him because he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But you also know him strongly if you're a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's made no individual effort to stretch beyond that because he doesn't need to. Because his focus is the football field. Now, that's just different focuses. And it shows you what group you really got swept into first, whether it was the football group or whether it was the Taylor Swift group. In the younger generation, 9 times out of 10, Taylor gets there first. It's really, I'll say this, it's really a testament to Taylor Swift's social media machine. Because that's just impressive, that reach. It is hard to just claw in that younger demographic. She's basically clawing a demographic of fans with her as she goes. I wouldn't be shocked if they're cooking up a way to get her music into nurseries so that babies are hearing it and then they're 2 years old and they're already singing Love Story, which I think would be a phenomenon. Taylor, you're welcomed for that strategy. Have it. You can have it for free. Gratis, as they say. But it really highlights the differences in ages. And I think that's hysterical. But the next person who says Taylor Swift put Travis Kelce on the map, just no. No. Do research before you say something like that. but also it highlights an interesting discussion. This was a bit of a ramble because, honestly, I came up with some great stuff and I just wanted to say it. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Thank you to everybody who likes and subscribes. You're fantastic. I hope you all enjoyed the interview with Megan Karen Keeney last week. If you are new and you listened to it and you liked it, like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, try an episode of just me. If you don't like that, well, there's no helping you. Thank you all. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.